You're watching CTOM TV. Knowledge is power.
So in terms of diagnostics for cancer, people definitely want to explore genetic testing.
Most definitely.
But ideally, they will have someone.
And if you're just, if you're concerned that you may have, some sort of disease, if you're just scared of cancer and you want to sleep well at night, get a inherited genetic panel. When I was in medical school, the theory was, we had this big round table, and it was, should we do inherited genetic testing? Because there's been cases where people have found out they have an inherited, genetic mutation and gone out and committed suicide.
That sounds like an extreme case.
And that was the philosophy back then. That's why they thought, maybe we shouldn't be doing inherited genetic testing. And a lot of doctors were arguing about doing this, saying it causes more damage and there's nothing you can do about it anyways.
Well, that's the thing. There was a time when that was true.
Right.
Or at least we didn't know enough
Right.
to be able to know how much, diet and exercise and things
Exactly.
would be beneficial.
So now we know, if you have a BRCA1 mutation, that's not a death sentence. There's a lot of things you can do. You can have your ovaries taken out. You can do a lot of different things. You can change your lifestyle. You can avoid smoking. You can avoid hard drugs and alcohol. You can exercise more. You can, switch to a vegetarian-based diet and make a huge difference on whether you get that cancer or not. But more importantly, our new liquid biopsy, our exosome-based liquid biopsy, if you have an inherited genetic mutation, what we can now do with our test, with our liquid biopsy, is we can design a test just for that person. And what we can do is we can test the level of that mutation. So it's going to increase if precancerous processes are going on. And so we can test that person throughout their lifetime and say, hey, we've seen an increase in your mutation. There's no tumors in your body yet, but we know that there's a metastatic process going on. If you did a short course of chemotherapy right now, it would eradicate it instantly. So, chemotherapy in a precancerous condition is very effective.
Very powerful.
Very powerful tool.
So there is reason to find out if you have inherited mutations now, because there's so much you can do for prevention, but also you can use the exosome-based liquid biopsy to see if cancer has started to grow and catch it really early.
We just had a case of this last week.
Right.
We had a young man with a inherited genetic mutation. And we looked at it and, we thought, hey, this is probably an inherited mutation. So we said we should probably test your children. So we tested his children, and luckily, the company that we use will test. If you have an inherited genetic mutation found in your tumor, they'll test your kids for free. And so we jumped on that. We had all of the 3 kids tested. All 3 kids had these mutations. So what we did is we designed a liquid biopsy probe just for that family. It's a rare and unique mutation. It's only in that family. And it is in other families, but it's not a common mutation, so there was no common test for it. So we were able to design a test within 2 weeks for that mutation. We've tested that test. It works wonderfully, and now we can monitor those kids for the rest of their lives with a simple test, simple draw of blood every few years.
Yeah, so a couple of vials of blood every year or 2, and those kids will be right on top of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's really
Very
exciting.
important.
Yeah.
Information is such a powerful tool.
Yeah, I'll say.
Thank you for watching CTOM TV. Subscribe below and stay informed.